Welcome back to News 3 Today. June is National Men's Health Month, a time set aside to encourage the men in our lives to take care of their bodies by eating right, exercising, and working to prevent disease. Dr. Bonzo Reddick is the director of the Coastal Health District. He joins us now with more. Thank you so much for being here. And first off, congratulations on your fairly new appointment, because you were appointed back in January to this position. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
First off, I want to talk about some statistics when it comes to men's health. Now, according to the CDC, 350,000 men die of cardiovascular disease each year, and I think we have a full screen that has these numbers, and more than 700,000 men are diagnosed with cancer each year. Also, 300,000 of those cases will result in death. That's according to the Men's Health Center. 230,000 men are diagnosed with prostate cancer every year. In fact, it's the second leading cause of death in men, according to cancer.org. And finally, according to the National Institutes of Health, more than 60% of adult American men are overweight or obese. Is this cause for concern? This seems like these are staggering statistics.
So it's kind of a good news, bad news thing.
Okay.
The good news is that actually in the past 20 years or so, since the 2000s, we've actually seen about a 30% decrease in cancer deaths.
Okay.
So there's still a big problem with cardiovascular disease. If you look at the top 10 causes of death, cardiovascular disease being number one, if you add up all the other ones after that, starting from number 3 down to 10, there are more deaths from heart attacks than there are from the other ones combined. So it's still a major problem, but the good news is that with screening, we actually can decrease the death rates from a lot of these conditions.
And the point is to get men to get these
Absolutely.
screenings. So what do these numbers look like in our area specifically?
So unfortunately in Georgia and a lot of areas in the South, we actually see worse numbers. Okay. So we live in what a lot of people call the stroke belt. So, and that's a lot of things that contribute to that. Some of it's diet, lifestyle, even infrastructure and things like insurance coverage, or there are a lot of things that contribute. So we do see worse numbers in the South, unfortunately, but again, this is something that's preventable.
And worse numbers when we talk about men of color.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's something that is not even geographic. That's something we see throughout the country. So underrepresented minority men, so people who identify as Black or African American, Hispanic ethnicity, and also Native or Indigenous people as well. We see worse outcomes.
Now, what can be done, or what is being done to heighten awareness and help men to understand that some of these things are preventable? So
there's a lot of things. There's a lot of great community organizations throughout our regions, especially in Savannah here, that actually are doing things to raise awareness. Right now it's Men's Health Month and Men's Health Week, right? So tomorrow is our Wear Blue Day to try to remind people about it. I have my blue on a day early, so but we're just reminding people, your loved ones, your friends, your family members, just to remind them about getting screened.
And you're an expert on this. You even have a book coming out called Health Equity, which is a very important and timely topic. Tell us a little bit about your book and where people can find it.
Well, you alluded to the fact that we have these disproportionate outcomes for certain groups, and what we're trying to do with Health Equity is trying to level the playing field so that people can have the chance to achieve optimal health. And so the book I actually wrote before I became the health director about a year ago or so, and it's just now coming out. I can give you some information about where pre-sales will be available. But the book is just raising awareness about how we can even the playing field so that people have the chance to achieve optimal health no matter what their background is.
All right, Dr. Bonzo Reddick, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.